Hi everybody, welcome to this opening round playthrough. This is the front nine. We've got a few nice drops here to share with you, and as always with the rookie content on the channel, we are using true rookie clubs. Starting with hole one, I do recommend a Berserker here unless you want to go with max overpower and a Titan. Using the big topper, full top spin, 1 bar, side spin to the right, add spin and stretch out here, and look where my ball guide is. They're about a ring away from the rough on the right. Adjust max plus 10. Once we've adjusted, push back up to max. And what I'm doing here, just as we don't have that much tailwind, I'm just going with a little bit of overpower. So the ball, as you can see there, is just touching the bottom of the inner wall of the adjustment ring. Hitting perfect, very important we do that with the big topper because of the bad accuracy. And here we get a very nice roll down. Occasionally you may catch a bit of a part of that rock which will deflect you left. It is a lottery shot, but most of the time it will go well, rolling very nicely for an eagle, wedge or a putt. Hole number 2, going with 0.5, 0.6 bar topspin here at max distance with the backbone level 7. Obviously, if you have 8 plus, you'll need to either back up slightly or go with less topspin due to your level of backbone having more distance. Same with lower levels as well. If your club is less than a level 7, has less distance, you'll need to put a bit more topspin on. Here we do go short in line. I adjust max plus 10 with the red ring touching the rough on the right. Do feel we may have missed slightly to the left, but we were short as well, so we could take a little bit of tweaking with the adjustment, but it does come in nicely, but I feel a little bit more topspin there needed in this case. Hole number 3, tricky wind really for true rookies, so I'm going with a Titan. You can go with a Kingmaker if you want to reduce the wind even further. Stretch out so you can see your second bounce clearly over there with 4.5 topspin and 2 bars side spin to the left. Red ring touching the rough at max distance with extra mile 6, and then we're going with full overpower. Extra mile 5 and below, you may want to use a Berserker if you have it here to compensate for the lack of distance. So we've hit perfect with max OP. We are actually okay with that. We could have gone with a bit more curl though, to be honest. But we're setting up a very nice attempt for Albatross here with our long iron. I'm going with the Goliath, rather than the backbone, so I'm not in between clubs. The problem here with Goliath 5 is we lack ball guide. 3.5 bar topspin is what you need to get this ball in, regardless of what long iron you are using. Here I adjust max 0, however I over adjust this one. My second account I played max -5 and more or less had that in the hole. So max -5 should be your adjustment here rather than max 0. And then obviously if you want to push the drive further or go with a Berserker, you can probably play this shot with a backbone if it has more ball guide, but like I say, you may well need a power 5 ball there, otherwise you may not be in range. You probably have to adjust into overpower. So just over adjusted that one, but a little tweak, you'll have that in for an Albatross. Hole 4 had a bad case of the grates on both accounts here. 3.1 or 3.2 backspin. I'm playing with the Viper. You can use the Sniper, but I'm showing you here it can also be done with the Viper in case you don't have the Sniper unlocked. So aim at the pin with 3.1 or 3.2 backspin. Adjust max plus 10. Even though we're not at max distance of the club, we are adjusting max 10. And like I say, hit great here and also hit great on my other account, which was super annoying because I wanted to show you with perfect. However, the speed is very good. I do believe with the perfect going to be pretty close on that one as well. Going on to hole 5, we have an eagle to show you here. Big topper on the drive with a navigator ball as we do have some headwind. Max top spin, 1 bar side spin to the right. Set up with the top of the red ring touching the rough with big topper level 2. Don't push it any nearer the rough than that in case you get a glitch roll. Adjust max plus 10. No need for any overpower, we do have room, just hit perfect. And as you'll see here, the ball bounces over very, very nicely and rolls towards the rough here. As you see, we do get a little extra hop here. On my other account, I got a shorter drive, about 360, 358. Still fine though. Second shot, playing with the thorn. Now this is going to be interesting because sometimes you may have a slight headwind angle when you adjust, so be careful here. But we are going to be max distance, so we're playing max distance plus 20% for elevation. 1.5 backspin, 1 bar side spin to the right. And you'll see here we do adjust away from max. On my other account I had slight headwind and we were going very slightly into overpower, in which case you may need to use just a click, or you just set 1 yard further back. Going to be one of those where the angle changes because it can have a 15-degree variance, so it may push you into tailwind rather than headwind, and vice versa. But that one drops very nicely for an eagle, playing max plus 20. Hole number 6, doing a no movement shot here. So enter with a tighten and the extra mile. Do not move the target until you adjust your rings. 4.5 top spin, 2 bars side spin to the right. Adjust max plus 10, and then once we're done adjusting, push back up to max. No need for overpower here as we do have some tailwind, but I am going with half a ball of curl to the right. Minor great right is what we hit here, but we're still fine. We do have a nice wide fairway to aim at, which is always good. You see plenty of room on the bounce here, and plenty of room here also. As long as you get past that shadow there, you're going to be absolutely fine with your wood club. Now I'm going with sniper here, trying to find medium distance. Obviously you can also play with the Viper as well. Going to be a difficult shot for Albatross here, to be honest. If you get this one, take it as a bonus and move on. But my adjust here is medium distance plus 40. And you're going to have to tweak your spin depending how you get on with your drive, but here is an example here. Obviously if you've got a higher level sniper, you'll have a better ball guide, which will be easier. However, I do believe majority of cases here in rookie, just take your safe eagle and move on. Okay, so not a bad look at that. Maybe a little bit too hot and obviously missing to the side, but we got a very makeable putt. Hole number 7, we have a hole in one for you here with a navigator and the sniper, but once again, other wood clubs will be fine as well. Ball guide through the hole if you do have sniper. And you'll see the landing position there, top of the yellow ring, just touching the rough with the level 5. The adjustment here is mid plus 15, which is actually equal to 1-on-1 in this wind. You will see we hit the rough a little bit low and also sneak this in on the right edge. So we could reduce the adjustment by 0.1, or we could also, I think, which will help us, set up slightly higher. Either way, I've dropped this 2 out of 2 and it's a very nice hole in one. So mid plus 15 was the adjust there. Hole number 8. Play a technical double bounce shot here. 3.5 bar top spin and 3 bars side spin to the left. Stretching out with the extra mile, see how many rings of push-up or overpower are required. 1.5 rings on here. Just see that second bounce being half a ring before the rough over there up on the top. Adjust max plus 25, then push up to max. We couldn't quite push up a ring and a half, so I'm going to go with half a ring of OP and going with some curl as well. So the left edge of the ball outside the adjustment ring to the left. And we bounce firstly directly onto that piece of fairway, and then second bounce just before the rough, and it will hop over very nicely and get a good roll. Second shot here, we need to tweak. I'm going for the thorn and I want to play with backspin. Now there's a little glitchy spot here, so you're going to have to see where you can try and land the ball. I did have 2 backspin on. I should not have changed it. This comes in too hot. So I would play with 2 backspin minimum. And you've got to try and find a good ball guide here. Aim at the pin. The other thing I did wrong here was I played mid plus 20 and it's too much. I would play mid plus 10. So what you will see here is the ball will miss to the left because it's over adjusted, and also will come in too hot. So like I say, go mid plus 10 with a little bit more backspin and you've got a chance of getting this in for an eagle. Finally, on to hole number 9, we have very generous tailwind here, so we can play with the Titan. 4.5 top spin, 2 bars side spin to the right. Stretch out, get the landing position right in the middle of that fairway pad. Adjust maximum distance plus 10. once we are done with the adjustment, we are of course going to push back up to max. No overpower needed here, going with a little bit of curl to the right, just to get myself a nicer line to the pin for the second shot. Hit perfect, and away we go. Bounces smack bang in the middle of the island and rolls very, very nicely down there. Second shot here, I'm going to play a minimum distance plus 20. Now I am using the Viper because I want more backspin. If you've got a higher level Viper with more backspin, or indeed a sniper with more backspin, use that as well. But here we do need a little bit more. Should have packed the Guardian, to be honest. This will come in hot. So close to minimum distance of my club, make sure I've got room to pull back. My adjustment here, like I say, is min plus 20. And hitting perfect there with our Titan ball. And as you can see, just a fraction outside there and maybe a fraction too hot.